If you have traveled out of Denver International Airport lately, you may have noticed they have raised their prices to park. And if you're over just by 2 minutes, it will cost you. Your investigators have found that last year, DIA's revenue from parking topped $230 million. That is more than the airport takes in from landing fees. Your investigator Brian Moss found where some of that money is coming from.
You can find Steve Conney rolling through DIA every week. A medical device salesman covering a 14-state region, he doesn't have much choice. But he looks at DIA in a whole different light now, after one trip in June.
When I got to the gate, my receipt said $105. And I said, wait, something's got to be wrong here.
He parked in one of those close-in lots that charge $35 a day. He retrieved his car after a 2-day trip thinking he'd be charged $70. But when he got his receipt, it was for $105.
I would say it's ridiculous.
He had parked for 2 days and 2 minutes. And DIA's rate structure at all its lots is that if you go 1 second over 24 hours, you are charged for another full 24 hours. So you were getting charged $35 for 2 minutes of parking?
I was. It's almost like getting a parking ticket. It's really the principle. I just think that it's not a fair policy, and other people are having to pay for that as well.
We asked the airport's top parking administrator about this rate structure. Even if you go 5 seconds into the next day, you get charged for a full 24 hours.
That's correct.
But we found that kind of unforgiving policy for airport parking is not widespread. We surveyed parking rates at a dozen U.S. airports and found after parking for 24 hours, most just go back to an hourly rate. Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, Miami-Dade, Phoenix, Seattle, Dulles and Reagan in Washington, D.C., Nashville, Columbus, and the airport in Orange County, California say after 24 hours of parking, the hourly rate just starts over. How long have you been in charge of John Wayne Airport?
I've been serving for 3 years now.
Charlene Reynolds manages John Wayne Airport in Southern California and says they could make more by charging for a 24-hour block, but that's not their aim.
We want to be guest-centric. We try to establish policies that give deference to our guests. And so we do everything we can to make the path of travel a little bit easier for them and save them a little bit money at the same time in comparison to other airports.
We did find the airports in Detroit and Oklahoma City charged 24-hour flat rates like DIA, even if you only stayed a minute past 24 hours. Why not go to that more passenger-friendly rate structure and make the second day hourly or pro rata? Why not?
Mainly because we want to keep our rate structure simple.
DIA's top parking man, Mark Nagel, says DIA compares their rate structure to other airports and paid parking lots near the airport.
I put ourselves right in the middle of all the different airports and how they structure their payments.
Revenue from DIA parking hit $230 million last year, bringing in more for the airport than concessions, landing fees, or hotel revenues. Nagel says it costs a lot to run parking lot shuttles and maintain these lots.
We're not trying to be the highest parking rates in town. We're also trying not to be the lowest parking rates in town.
For Steve Conney, what he sees as an unforgiving rate structure has left a bitter aftertaste.
I'm less likely to park here.
I'm Brian Moss, covering Colorado First.
Well, if you have a tip for your investigators, give them a call or send an email to yourreporter@cbs.com.